parents of Emmanuel and Ryan, other family members, Mr. Junior Murray, former West Indies player, Cecil Greenwich, former president of the Grenadian Association, cricket enthusiasts, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. Not often I'm lost for words, but tonight I'm stumped. It wasn't easy, and the boys did it. They are champions of the world. Ryan, Emmanuel, and the rest of the team members, 13 other members that would have gone back to their respective islands today, as well as 6 other members of management and support staff. It wasn't easy. In fact, when we got there and we played the 3 matches against Bangladesh, I don't think any bookmaker, and I'm not allowed to talk about betting and bookmaking, any bookmaker wouldn't have had the West Indies to win the World Cup, but we did. I think it's really about the boys this evening. As manager of the team, I was just happy to be involved with the process, and that process started since January 2015, when a group of the boys were gathered to play in the Nagico Super 50. Ryan wasn't there, Emmanuel wasn't there. The selectors were looking to build a team for the World Cup. From that, the squad had a camp in Barbados. Ryan was included. I saw Miss Denise Williams here tonight, and I remember speaking to her because there was an issue, because Ryan had to go to Carifta Games and he had to go to the camp as well. So what we did, thanks to Ron Lewis, who was the project officer for the Under-19 team, we arranged that Ryan would attend the camp, then leave the camp, go to Carifta, and we expected Ryan to get a medal. He didn't get it, and then so he had a bit of both. And then the West Indies Under-19 tournament was played in July to August in Jamaica. Ryan did well, got the most wickets in that particular tournament. Emmanuel did well in Under-17 a couple of weeks before, got the most runs. For some reason, just didn't get amongst the runs in the Under-19 tournament. And again, the selectors, I don't want the media to put this on the record, made a mistake and didn't include him in the squad, in the camp in Jamaica. So there was a camp in Jamaica and then a further camp in Grenada in December, as the Vice President mentioned. That camp was very important and very instrumental in the success of the West Indies Under-19 team in the World Cup. In that camp, we got the conditions that we were expecting in Bangladesh. The stadium was the ideal place, the surface, and of course Progress Park as well, for preparation of the West Indies Under-19 team. And that camp didn't come to Grenada by accident. There's another Grenadian involved in this success. Raw Lewis, the former West Indies player, is the project officer for this program. He really is the brains behind the planning of this quest to win the World Cup. And Raw insisted that the camp had to come to Grenada. While here, we were fortunate to have the services of Junior Murray, who worked with the keeper, and we saw how good the keeper Tevin Imlap was. And we have other Grenadians who made contributions. Clyde Telesford gave some coaching assistance. We had Steve Mohan around as well. And in terms of administration, most members of the Grenadian Cricket Association were involved in that process. We want to thank the government of Grenada because the facility at the stadium was ideal for preparation. And thank God we had a stadium like that, because had we not had that camp in Grenada, probably Emmanuel would not have been sitting down here today. Emmanuel was invited to the camp by the coach of the team, Mr. Green West, who recognized his potential from the Under-17 tournament and insisted that Emmanuel should be in the camp. We at the GCA decided that we would have covered whatever expense we had to cover to ensure he came. He came to the camp, and some of us saw the innings he played at the stadium when he got, I think, 87. And from that innings, we could have seen that he would have gotten into the team. It says a lot about him, his determination, and his desire to succeed. This is a young man who was not in the original 20, but given an opportunity, a slight opportunity, delivered and was selected on the West Indies Under-19 team. I'm sure you would have seen the clip with him and young Kirsten Calitran, another 16-year-old. In fact, coming back from London, Coach and I sat very close and a physiotherapist, and we started to plan the defense of the title in New Zealand in 2018. And we believe that both Calitran and Stewart, they are going to be vital members and leaders of that squad. So although he didn't play a match in the tournament, the experience he would have gained is going to be vital to that defense, and it's going to be also vital to his own personal development. He was off the field with brains in terms of the substitutes. He was always on the ball. He contributed immensely at meetings. This is a man, this is a guy who can be a future West Indies captain, Emmanuel Stewart. Ryan, I'm sure you would have seen, he was off the field just about for a couple of overs in the final. What you didn't know, Ryan was really injured just about for the entire tournament, and he had to spend many days and nights on the physio's bed. In the final, got some pain, he came off, went into the dressing room and asked the physio if he was okay. He said that Ryan wants him to go back out. So just after about 2 overs, Ryan went back out, and Ryan had a magnificent spell, because I think if you listen to the commentators, they were suggesting that we had 2 very good, promising, quick bowlers. But then no one was looking for Ryan. Ryan came on in previous matches, he bowled tight, which was his job. But he got 3 crucial wickets in the final, and I think that was the difference. I should also mention, Ryan batted at number 9 for the West Indies team. And we know Ryan's batting ability. And the coach did tell me that perhaps we have the best number 9 batsman in the tournament. So, these boys are the stars. I mentioned we went to Bangladesh, we lost the 3 matches. We weren't given a chance, and that worked in our favor. No one was actually looking for us. So, we would have played England in the first match, still trying to get into the thick of things, defeated by England, and we knew that we had to win the other 2 matches. Luckily, we had Fiji. Ryan didn't play the first match, played in the second match, bowled well, cemented his place, and then that crucial game against Zimbabwe went right down to the wire. And of course, we all know the issue with the run out. I call it a run out.
It's a run out.
It's a run out.
We don't make no issue of that.
It's a run out. And after that match, it was very challenging for us as a West Indies team. And the first thing I did, sent a message in the chat group: stay off social media. Stay off social media. We didn't want the boys to be caught up in that debate. I got up 4:30, listened to the programs in Barbados and so on. Listen to what they were saying. I went on looking at the social media, but we didn't want our boys to focus on that. Chatted about it just for about 3 or 4 minutes in the meeting, and we told them that's gone, let us focus on the match to come, the match against Pakistan, and that was that. So it was very difficult. Pakistan came, we weren't expected to beat Pakistan. Subcontinent team, spinners, West Indians can't play spin. Those guys had other ideas. We beat Pakistan, and then of course, what was supposed to be our final match against Bangladesh, where he had about 10,000 persons in the stands. I've never seen anything like it in terms of the support for our home team. And to see Ryan on the field, and what people didn't know, Ryan actually got the top batsman from Bangladesh, number 99, Shantu out, got an extra cover. And that again was the turning point in that match. On to the final against India. Notice you would have seen me on television at the beginning, and then you wouldn't have seen me because the cameras would have picked up, and Johnson would know, would have picked up that normally I can't cope with tight situations. So I normally would spend most of the time in the dressing room watching the match. At the end, had to come out because of what was happening, and I was told that the cameras picked me up looking nervous and so on, right? But when the World Cup is at stake, you gotta excuse me, you gotta excuse me.
That's a game facing 1 minute though.
But from all of this, I think we were very happy because when we looked at the newspapers and we looked at social media and we looked at the internet and we saw the reports and so on, and then we got a lot of goodwill wishes and so on, and we got a lot of support from the West Indians. We felt good that we made West Indian fans happy again. I felt good. Of course, being involved in youth cricket, I know Mr. Grenadians here is very happy as well. So it shows that West Indian cricket is not dead, despite what some people might think. It shows that with hard work, teamwork, unity, and support, what can be achieved. The young men have spoken. They would have told me today that there's an interest in terms of developing themselves. Emmanuel is suggesting he wants to go to school in Barbados after CXCs. Ryan, Denise, I'm not sure. There are some injuries, I'm not sure if he'll be able to participate in Carifta. He's left school, gotten his subjects, and he's also expressed an interest in playing cricket and also in studying. It is my hope that we look after these two boys as a country and other boys to come. If we don't do that, we are not sure what we will lose. These boys have the potential to go all the way. They are heroes, and I believe that we should give them all the assistance that is required. I want to, on behalf of the team, thank the parents involved. Mrs. Stewart, I'm sorry that my phone was not working in Bangladesh. You couldn't get through to me. But maybe that happened for a reason, because I was quite busy. And Ryan's mom as well. It's very important, the support that you give the young men. It's not easy playing cricket 24/7 and then trying to beat the books as well. And they're bright boys, they've done well academically, and they have continued and they're continuing to do well. So once again, I want to thank everyone here. I want to thank people of Grenada, the people of the West Indies, because without that support, I don't think the boys would have been able to pull through, especially after the Zimbabwe match. That was important to them, speak for them, and say that it's a very, very good feeling to be considered champions of the world. We are the best on the 19 team cricketers.